Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have been up with this. Now, check this out. There's not really any more water on this plate, but it's not fully dry yet. But we can see in the middle that it is, in fact, dry. Try and hold that up for you guys. And you can see that it's still wet all around the edge, but that it's fairly dry in the middle. And by morning, my heater trick is working lovely. And you can see I actually have a fair bit on here. I'm liking the color. It's got a real nice color to that. I mean, it's a dark beige, which, from what I was told and from the research I've done, if you come back with bright yellow, you have really low carat gold. If you come back with dark like this, most of the gold that I get from computer circuit boards is quite dark, as it is generally better than jewelry grade. And the darker the better when it comes to carat. See, the problem with jewelry grade is it's actually designed for people to find attractive. This wouldn't make for nearly as pretty a gold as 18 karat or 16 karat or 14 karat, but I just want to let you guys see the color as I see it. And strangely enough, this doesn't show it as I see it. This makes it look lighter in color than I see it. And when I turn this on, it actually looks about right. And it has very much a coffee color to it. And I was told that that is a good thing. You can clearly see that it is yellow when you really look at it. So I'm going to do something I've always wanted to do here. I'm going to zoom in on a plate of gold. That's way too much. I just want to get a good glimpse of it here. Let's see if I can see any really sparkly bits, but you really don't when it's just powder. I mean, that's the thing. People think gold dust is going to be all sparkly, but really no, the particles are way too small for that. And if I look really closely, I can see them getting sparkly where it's drying. Look at that. They are, in fact, getting sparkly. And this is in an area where it's fully dried. And you see those sparkles? This is going to be a beautiful bag of gold, I bet. When it's done, I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's entirely finished. And this is completely dried. Because right here I'm seeing some stuff here that's flashy and bright. And I don't know, I mean, that could be salt crystal still in it for all I know. This is not my expertise at this point. This is my very first batch. But from what I've heard, if you get coffee color like this, you did perfect. You got an amazing batch. Not only that, I was able to rescue the vast majority of it from the look of it because there's a ton in here. So unless I've missed my mark, and this is somehow a lot of slag metal, which it's not, I was very careful about getting only the heaviest of the material and letting the rest slough off, and I basically did a good process. And now that I'm seeing the results of the process, I see how good it is. But this is the end of the third day. It's 3 in the morning. I basically haven't slept in 3 days because this is all I've been doing. But that was one batch. That's not like I did a batch every day. No, that's one batch, guys. That's how much work is involved in one batch of gold. But when this plate is completely dry in the morning, well, it's already morning, but by the time I wake up, this will be completely dry. And then I can take a hold of that and just see what I get, because I really didn't think I was going to get all that much, man. I really didn't. I mean, I figured partly because I'm a novice and partly because, it doesn't grow on trees. I figured I would just, by kind of default, get a fairly small batch, and I figured I'd have to have tons of material to get a good batch. And then I started doing my research for this and found that there were guys putting in a lot less material than what I had aside ready to go and getting enough gold that they're getting $400 or $500 for their batch. Now, in my case, I really feel like this could be a lot more. Partly because I have this, then I still have this. I have all my solids in here. And there's another 8 or 10 grams worth of gold in there that's solid and 18 karat and actually really nice, pretty gold. So I guess it's only fair that I show you that. But I don't really want to. Why? Because I'm a greedy bastard and I want to keep it all to myself. Because that's how it is when you're dealing with the gold. Now take a look at the color of that and take a look at the color of that. And you see they're really not that far off. So there's the solids that are all solid gold. Those are all pure gold. And there should be 8 or 10 grams there, which means I can go and sell that without any trouble probably. And once I do, I might actually have a really nice little bit here. Because if I get half as much as I expected for the powder, in terms of the fact that it is pure and it is a nice grade. It's been chemically cleaned, dried, it's prepped. At this point, all they would have to do is do a melt, and they'd have a really nice batch of gold out of this, and they would add gold to it. See, this is why jewelers like really dark, high carat gold. Now, for jewelry, you don't like it, and I totally get that. You wouldn't want that in your jewelry. Just to show it again, look at the color of that, nice and bright. That's so bright because it was chemically cleaned, and jewelers love to see that because, or at least they ought to, because it shows them what's been done here. Now, as I'm seeing this get lighter, it's getting that beige coffee color, and just a little bit lighter than that, which is actually really nice. And I just want to take a good look around here and document this for posterity, partly because if this is as high a concentration of gold as I think it is, I'm in business. Like literally, like I might actually start a business doing this because there's some real money there. I mean, if that's all gold powder, which it's supposed to be, given everything I've seen, and I did a really quality process. I really took my time, and especially in this separation, to get this. And that is where you get rid of all the other crap metals and all that stuff. And I was really careful about that. I actually knew what I was doing and made a good plan and did it. So far, the whole thing has gone off without a hitch. I mean, it's all gone exactly according to plan. So I'm really excited. And the next video, I will share with you what I got out of this. Keith out.